What's going on, YouTube? IG. It's Count Chocula. I'm joking. It's Dell, and this is the real Spiel, baby. Share it with somebody. Don't be selfish. Tell somebody else to join too. I'm going to go spread the word a little bit. Let some friends know that I'm here. But welcome today to the real Spiel with your host, Dell Brereton. And I intend it to be a great day on the real Spiel tonight. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. We're trying to let these beta guys know. Hey, baby, you in style. You in style. Alexa, stop music. Thank you very much for coming in. Hello, Opal. How you doing? Let me wave at you. Opal, did you invite somebody? Share it. That little triangle that's pointed that way. Go in and press that button. Share it with the folks that you have. Those are on YouTube. Love you to subscribe. Those on Instagram that haven't subscribed to YouTube, it's Dell Brereton on YouTube. But would love for you to come in. How you doing? I see you, Callie. I see you, Matt. Come on in. Let's have a conversation on the real Spiel tonight. I'm your host, your friend, Uncle Dell, and you know I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell everything. So tonight, like the promotion has seen, and I would love if some of you could give me some feedback. Is the promotion getting to you? I know YouTube, it's not getting to you because I'm not uploading it to YouTube. Maybe I should do that. But on Instagram, sending out my promo advertisements throughout the day. And so hoping that those are the things that you see, trying to keep you active, trying to keep you engaged. And if you have comments or would like a show to be about a specific topic, please let me know. Hey, thank you very much, Callie. Case Stunner, I thank you. I'm in my Count Chocula mode today. Not Dracula, but Count Chocula. Right. But I appreciate it very much. But if you have something that you would like to talk about on the show, please let me know. Send me an inbox and say you'd like this topic, or send it to me right here. Okay? So without any further ado, at the top of our promo, it is Famous Me Accessories. Famous Me Accessories, she does vegan mink lashes out of the UK. She's one of our sponsors, and it's amazing to have her here. Check her out, £5, it's British pounds, for her famous vegan mink lashes. Some brothers on here talking about some products. So if you want some promo, if you've got something, you've got a service, you got a business, DM me. I can give you a holler. I can put you in the story, and I might even create a reel for you. But we're looking into that too. So excited to see what's next. Do you want to have this conversation today? Are you guys ready for this conversation? Hello, Yvonne. I see you there on YouTube. Good to see you. And good evening to you too. So listen, we're having that conversation today about why beta dudes are winning. Why beta dudes are winning in the dating scene. Why they are winning in the dating scene with the modern woman. A term that I'm going to use today. The modern woman. The beta guys are winning in the dating scene with the modern woman. And you know, this show, many of you might be like, well, why on earth would I want a beta? And men might be thinking, am I a beta? I don't know if I'm a beta or an alpha, but we're going to try to define both today. But for the ladies who are probably interested in figuring out why the beta guys are winning and why you might be better off with the beta, we've got to first and foremost figure out, are you ineligible to be with alphas? Yesterday's show, we showed you to us 25 reasons why, you know, the alpha male, the mansphere type won't date you. And I think that some of you would be much better off with the beta guy. But you've got to figure out, and we're going to help you tonight, if the beta guy is the guy for you. And I have a very specific way, my own recipe to figure out whether or not you would do well with a beta guy. Hey, Richard and my Tevenom. I don't know if I said that properly, but hello everybody. How you guys doing? So this is my special way. I'm gonna use something. I call it the psychopath breakup formula. If you have 7 things from the psychopath breakup formula, it ain't gonna work out with you with these outfits. You ain't gonna work out. And you better hang on to the beta brothers when I explain it to you. How you doing tonight? I see you there. The psychopath breakup formula. Let me tell you what the psychopath breakup formula is. Let me know if you can hear me. If everybody can hear me good, that's good. But here we go. Psychopath breakup formula. There's 10 things. If you got 7 on this list, ladies, if you got, and even brother, if you have 7 on this list, you're going to be better off with a beta. Okay? Hi, I see you. Number 1, do you have or have you had an explosive, toxic argument where you or they, ladies, are the chief talker and accuser? Reality doesn't matter. Only irrational anger and an amazing blow up. Are you that person on that list? Let me see. But that might not be all. Everybody's got times where they blow up, right? You're like, that's not enough. Fine, let's go to number 2. You were blocked on social media, but you didn't block him on all of them. You blocked him on social media. You're breaking up crazy. The breakup is nuts. Then you block him on social media, but you don't block him on everything because you still want an opportunity to continue to contact him. Okay. Number 3 is where the threats begin. The threats begin. I'm going to call your ex and tell her she was right. You know what? I don't understand why women always team up with the ex. I don't get why when you all break, some of y'all, not all of y'all, this is only for those that are part of that, might be better off with a beta. But why are the types here that break up with a dude and then they want to be friends with your ex and go, yeah, I'm gonna call your ex and I'm gonna let her know that she's not the principal. She ain't gonna whoop me. What's she gonna do? But some of y'all always break up and get in touch, team up with the ex. So she calls the ex, or they go, I'm calling the police, and they launch some kind of false charge, or I'm gonna burn out all your clothes. I'm gonna mess up all your stuff. You ever done that? If you've done that, you might be better off with a beta. Number 4, the character assassination phase, where they attempt to ruin your reputation amongst their friends first, then yours, if possible. Have y'all done any of these things on the list? This is what I'm trying to say. If you've done any of these things on the list, 7 specifically, if you've done at least 7 of the 10, you are definitely better off with the beta. I'll tell you why at the end. Moving right along. Number 5, they feel that they have a right to stay in contact with members of your family, especially your children or your mother. Have you ever broke up with a guy? You dragged him all over the place, called the police on him, right? You're screaming, hollering, you want to burn his stuff down, but you still want to stay in touch with his mama and his children, not your and his children, his children. Why? Okay, let's just keep going. Number 6, they become extremely self-righteous, claiming their God is on their side against you. And they begin to curse you in the name of it. You ever know when folks break up with you, all of a sudden, God is on their side. They get extremely self-righteous. They get into this God thing. Are you one of the... Let's keep going. Number 7, if you have children together and you attempt to control that, don't do that. The video is not loading. I don't know why the video is not loading. I can see it. You can't see it? I can see it. You can see me. And if you can't load it here, you can catch me on YouTube. Okay? And number 8, they call your job trying to get you fired. Number 9, they go and have an argument with your parents. They go fight with your mama. They go fight with your dad. And number 10, they, of course, own the victim space. Even though you're treated like gold, they claim manipulation, depression, and they're not well. If you have done 7 things at least on this list, you are part of what I refer to as, you have the psychopath breakup formula. And the psychopath breakup formula means that you are a very controlling person, that you're not the easiest person to deal with. And alphas might not be a good fit for you. You are a prime candidate for dating a beta. Let's talk about the beta. Let's talk about what a beta is, where the betas come from. Because if you done any of those things, especially 7, you done 7 or 10 of those things on the list, you might not be. Because what happens is when you get involved with a guy who is a controller and you try to control him, those things won't work. Those things won't work out for you. There's a chemistry problem that it's not going to work for you. And what is taking place is that all of these things that are happening are basically biochemical, relational, philosophical results of being at odds with an individual who is your polar opposite. You like him, he likes you, but you're not good for each other at all. And therefore, ladies, some of y'all might be better off with the beta guy. So let's do what a definition of a beta guy is, because he is the new it guy. The new it guy is not the alphas. It's not the Idris Albas. It's not, no, those guys are not the it guys. He's just married now. But they're not the it guys. The it guys are the beta guys. The beta guys are better for some of y'all. They are. Let me tell you why. This drink is called the Real Spiel cocktail. Okay, you've got a little bit of Canadian whiskey with caramel. You've got a giant slice of pineapple, orange, ice, and savoir-faire. Here we go. A man that is not as powerful. This is a definition of what a beta guy is, right? So he's a man that's not as powerful or masculine, and at times even less successful than other men. The less successful part we can stick a pin in, though, because that's not always the case. And he's less dominant. He's a less dominant male in the species, right? So that's where we got for the basic definition of what a beta guy is. But I'll explain, because a beta man, it's not just in humanity. This thing exists in nature. Let me give you female hawks, for example. They can spawn eggs deep. They spawn eggs deep in the crests of the mountain or the rock. And this allows for beta male hawks to fertilize the eggs away from the alpha males. So the hawks use the beta males to sit on the nest, and they fertilize the eggs. But the alphas now, they do it so the alphas don't see them. Isn't that incredible? Not just chimpanzees. They're omnivorous, right? They have an omnivorous diet that includes troop hunting behavior. And this includes having beta males being led by the alpha. So the beta males are in a hunting troop, but they're the backup, and the alpha is actually the one leading the hunting troop. This is with chimpanzees, right? We're just talking about how the beta scenario actually even works in nature. So in some species of birds, the male birds, they pair up, and they have a beta male helping the alpha male to mate in the courting ritual, right? So he's like, the beta guy is like the wingman, got literally, because it's a bird, right? So even in nature, we have this concept of what a beta male is. We're talking about male, not man. We're going to get to the man in a minute. There's really only ever one beta male. But depending on the species, there might be there's only one alpha male. But depending on the species, there might be 2 or more beta males. So there's always more betas than there's alphas. And that's good news for y'all ladies, because there ain't enough alphas to go around. And some of you want that alpha guy, but there's not enough of him. And this is where good old Kev, Uncle Kev, may he rest in peace. This is where he got himself in trouble, because he was trying to tell women, listen, there's not enough of the kind of men that you're actually looking for around. And this is where he got in trouble. People they cut his words and said, you might have to share because there's not enough of these guys if all of you want one of them. But there's a whole lot of betas, right? And let me tell you why the modern woman, we use that term a lot today, the modern woman might be a better fit for a beta male. Okay, might be a better fit. I'll tell you why. Because never before in history, in modern Western history, has women taken such an active role in leading the relationship in Western culture. You guys are creating social narratives like boss chick, you heard that? Independent woman, the I know my worth crew. Those, they got the memes all over the place. Girl, don't you date a peasant. Wait for your man who's going to give you what you're worth. And I'm not going to get into what potentially is surrounding the individuals who use these types of scenarios or terminologies to put themselves out there. But we know we've heard it before, right? But at the very same time that the boss chick, that the independent woman, that the I know my worth crew, at the same time they're building businesses. At the same time, they're changing culture like never before. They also, at the exact same moment, in the exact same place, they're still asking men to play their traditional roles as a protector, as a provider. They still want men to do that. But this is the key. They want men to play those roles, however, to accept that role, but play a much lesser role of control and have much less to say. They want men to be providers and protectors, but they want to lead. And so this is the difference of the modern woman. That's what I'm going to call her, the modern woman. And so what the manosphere, and in manosphere is the terminology that apparently Kevin and a lot of other guys have come together speaking the same concepts. The alpha gorillas, like the one you're talking to. Why they have this objection is because they have philosophical different. You know what? I have never in my life had so many philosophical differences with women. Women that I like and would like me. I sit down and I start conversations with them. We start the ritual of getting to know each other. And I realize that we are philosophically very different. I mean, a lot of women. I mean, 8 out of 10. Philosophically very different. And I'm not alone. I'm not by myself. It's not it. I might be the problem, but I'm not the problem by myself. That's what I'm trying to say. And so there's a philosophical difference now that I've noticed between my mentality and the modern woman's mentality. And I've never experienced that in that way in my life. I've never realized how just the way I approach life, the way I would approach family, the way I would approach relationships, the way that I speak, the way that my humor is, the way that I dress, I mean, absolutely everything is completely philosophically on the other side of the spectrum from the modern woman. And, it's very difficult for me as a grown man to have somebody come into my life at my age and want to move all the furniture of my ideologies, my behavior, my predilections, my mannerisms, my style. You want to move everything around the modern woman. And I don't think I'm willing to move around that much stuff. There's a philosophical divide that I've noticed with me. And, I've realized that the modern woman, their differences are almost staggering. And they don't just, they're developing these differences. The young girls are developing them at very young stages. And the older women who did not have them before are making an about turn, quickly adopting the modern woman cultural mentality. And for those who've been listening, you've probably figured out all of the things that it sounds like make up this modern woman. And I am thinking to myself, as much as men like me don't necessarily feel attracted to that, we're not dating that, we're not marrying that modern woman, she ain't going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. She's here to stay. She's here to stay. You have to reconcile the fact that women are changed. Women have changed. Women have adjusted. They have grown past some of the patriarchal mindsets that we've had in the past, and they are not the same as their grandmama. They're not. Some of them are not the same as their mothers. And men have to figure out one of two things. Are we going to change? And I'm talking about the alpha guy. Am I going to change, or am I going to pass? Simply, am I going to change, or am I going to pass? And if you listen to last night's show, you know my answer. But so they're not going anywhere. Those women are not going anywhere. And men like myself, like I said in yesterday's show, are absolutely, blatantly not dating them. And that's maybe our loss. Maybe that's our loss. And we're not dating them, not marrying them. And maybe that's our loss. Maybe we're missing out on a really great, awesome. Hey, I see you, Alden, and congratulations on your new wife, brother. That's my Brereton brother, alpha male. But this means really that a whole generation of women will have to make a decision if men like me say we're not dating those women, we're not marrying those women, and we're not interested in those women, because there's a lot of those women now, and they're not changing, and it's unfair for me to ask them to change because I'm not change. They're not able to change me. So I'm not trying to change you, ladies. I'm not trying to tell you that you need to change. I'm not trying to tell you you need to amend your behavior whatsoever. You are a modern woman. But what I'm telling you is there's a guy for you. That's right. He's a beta male. And guess what? I'm not even saying it like a slur. He's a good guy. He is a good guy. I got good news for you. They're in constant supply, and they are actually good guys. But let me explain to you why I think they're good guys and why I think many women should start transitioning themselves from what your eye candy might be, what your height requirements might be, what your sexual needs might be. You might want to change the trajectory to look for these guys, because these guys they'll do much better for you. They'll do much better. Me and you gonna fight. We're gonna argue, we're gonna fight. In fact, I don't argue with women. I find my keys. I said that before. I ain't gonna argue with you. I'm gonna get my keys. I'm gonna make sure I have a very ironclad prenup. So when it's time for me to leave, because if I'm marrying a modern woman, you need a prenup. Because they're gonna take you for everything, brother. You've seen what's happening now. The modern woman she has the right, and I'm not taking it away from her. She has the right to everything you have. It's her right. She's built it with you. Even if she was at home, even if she doesn't know anything about Beats, Dr. Dre, even if she knows nothing about shipping and technology, Miss Bezos, even if she can't build a computer, Mrs. Gates, everything, absolutely everything. God bless you, bro. I saw you. Your bride is beautiful too. She's a beautiful woman, man. You guys are gonna be amazing, amazing. I don't know why I didn't get invited to the wedding though, but it's okay. So even if she hasn't done anything, even if she hasn't shot one basketball, Mrs. Michael Jordan, you got to give her half of your stuff, because she's a modern woman and she deserves it, and she'll tell you she deserves it. She deserves half your stuff. Because she's a modern woman. So you got to give her half your stuff. And it's okay, because she deserves half your stuff, right? She deserves it. So I'm not taking it away from her. But instead of me giving away half my stuff, what I should probably do is allow her to find the perfect match for her. And that's what I'm doing tonight. Tonight, I'm going to help you find the beta that you need. Let me tell you why the beta guy is a better guy for you. Number one, a beta makes a much better employee than an alpha. Alpha guys go to work, they look at the company, they think to themselves, I could run this. I could do this myself. And he comes home and he says, baby, I'm going to quit my job and I'm gonna start my own business. His wife starts saying, "Wow, are you sure? We got a mortgage, and little Johnny, he's gonna go to college, and you know what? Those lashes from Famous Me Accessories they're expensive, and I need to make sure that you are making the right choice to lead our family. I'm gonna pray about it." Right? He says, "No, I'm leaving. It doesn't matter what you get. God's told me I'm leaving." And he might leave the job, but not that beta male. That beta male makes a great employee because he's used to fitting in. He's used to putting his head down and just saying, "Hey, I'm used to being the guy that just stays with the flow." He's not the head of the herd. He's part of the herd. He's a follower. He's going to just stick with it. He's going to keep doing his job and push on through. He's going to drive that bus for 30 years and get his pension. He's going to deliver the mail for 25 years and get his pension. He's going to be a paper pusher for the government for 20 years and get his pension. He's going to have benefits, right? You're going to have 1.5 vacations a year because that man is a good employee. He's not going to take any risks. Why would he do that? He's a beta male. He's not going to take any types of drastic steps to disrupt his family. He's a beta male. He's going to buy a little house. He's going to pay off that little house. He's going to put a little money away. He's not going to buy much clothes because he's not that fancy. He's a beta male. He's going to keep himself moderate and make sure that he's got all of his boxes ticked to make sure that he can handle what he's been told to handle. He's a beta male. He's not going to take a lot of life risks. So he probably ain't going to show up with no criminal record either. He ain't going to show up with no kind of criminal record where he can't work. You can't get a Secret Service clearance. He's not going to be able to be bonded to work in that warehouse. He's going to be an individual that's able to be a nice, clean-cut example to society. Nice, good old beta male. He's less likely also to leave you for another woman. He ain't going to do that. Listen to what I'm saying. Some of y'all should be like, "Hey, that doesn't, so far so good to me," right? I agree with you. He's not going to leave you for another woman. He ain't looking for another woman. He is happy. He is happy as a pig in mud that he found you. And he's sticking with you. No, it doesn't matter if you're ornery and you don't know how to talk to him properly. He's sticking with you. Doesn't matter if you got a work husband and you and work husband are out there having a good time while he's there at work in that factory or pushing his paper. He trusts you. He knows you're not going anywhere, even though work husband is buying you gifts and y'all even going on vacation together with work husband. He's not worried about that. He trusts you, and he's staying at home, and he's staying in the relationship because he's a good old-fashioned beta male, right? He ain't leaving you for no another woman. He ain't cheating. He's not going to cheat. He's not looking to cheat. He recognizes what he looks like in the mirror. And guess what? Ain't nobody want to cheat with him no how. Okay? Ain't nobody want to cheat with him. They can't even believe he got you. Right? They're like, "Boy, I saw your wife. How did you pull that off, man?" That's what they tell him every day. He goes to work and he's got your picture up on his desk. And they're like, "Man, that ain't your wife, boy. Whose picture is that? Did you cut that out of a magazine?" He's like, "Nope, that's my wife. That's my wife for 15 years. Let's go, Shirley. That's Shirley. And me and Shirley got a great relationship. We've got a child, got a nice house, and we're doing okay." And he is stuck on Shirley. Shirley ain't going anywhere. And nobody can drag him away from Shirley. And he's number 5. He's very submissive. Now, I said this the other day. There is such a thing as an alpha submissive, right? I've coined the phrase. An alpha submissive is an alpha male that is confident enough in himself that when he sees areas for his wife to lead because it's her strength, he is man enough to say, "My wife is better at me than this, man. I can sit back and let her lead this area. Honey, I need you to take the lead with this. You good with money? Take the lead with that. You good with stocks and you got a real estate license? Tell us where to buy the house." He understands when it's time to allow his wife to lead. But the beta male isn't an alpha submissive. He's a beta. He allows his wife to lead everything. He's a follower. And he's fine with that. And there's men like that. There's men born like that. They are conditioned like that. They've been conditioned to follow women, and women can lead them. Strong women will lead them, if they don't abuse the dude too much, they don't shake him up too much, where other people like his parents or his friends have to step in, that guy is going to follow you to hell and back, right? Because he's a submissive. He's a man that will allow a woman to lead him. And hey, there's guys like that. And some of those brothers are who the modern women needs to set their eyes on, right? Those are the guys you guys are making memes about, right? Those, don't marry a peasant. You deserve more, right? A woman at work told me a story today. So she has a friend, and the friend, she's wealthy, not wealthy, but she does well for herself, very well for herself, actually. And but she had trouble finding a guy, good-looking woman too, like beyond good-looking. Like in the Kevin Samuels version, she was an 8, because there is no 7s. She wasn't a 6. She was an 8, great-looking girl, but couldn't find a guy that she felt she was comfortable with. So one day, she says to her girlfriends, I want you to meet my boyfriend. They're like, boyfriend? Yeah, I got a boyfriend now. They're like, are you serious? And she's like, yeah, I got a boyfriend now. He's a good guy. I like him. So one day, the girls went for a girls' night out, and she asked the boyfriend to pull up so that the girlfriends could see the boyfriend. And so boyfriend pulls up. He's driving a normal little car. Pulls up, and he comes out the car. And this is the story I heard, right? This is hearsay. The boyfriend weighed at least 500 pounds. That's right, 500 pounds. He was wearing those kind of clothes, those supersized clothes that you got to wear when you're big. 500 pounds. He had a little shirt on, and short sleeves, breathing all hard and stuff. And she introduced 500-pound Willie to her girlfriends. They were aghast. But guess what? They still married. He pays all the bills. He takes care of everything. Anything she tells Chubby Willie to do, Chubby Willie does. He is following orders, and they are happy as, again I say, pigs in mud. She found her beta male, and she was happy with that guy. She was perfectly happy to be with a guy who did not pass the eye test. Nobody else was going to be stealing Willie. They couldn't carry Willie 10 feet away, 10 inches, in fact, 500 pounds. So, hey, listen, very submissive. And just like number 6, Willie pays for everything. And did I tell you, the girl was wealthy, like she was doing good for herself. But when she met Willie said, that's all on me now, girl. Your money is your money, and my money is your money, because you're mine. That's right. Actually, also, submissives, beta male, make great dads too. Very good dads. They're supportive. They're comforters. I mean, they're not going to teach their son, maybe how to throw a football. They're not going to be their basketball coach, right? They're not going to be all that, but they're going to be good dads. They're not going to necessarily, go out there and show their son, hey, this is how you do it, son, right? But they're going to probably find a good coach. They're going to drive him to all the football games, the basketball games. He's going to be in the stands cheering him on. He's a good dad. He's a family man. He's a good beta male, right? Number 8, he is more likely to tolerate female aggression. Beta male for sure. You can be angry with him. You can cuss him out. You can throw all his clothes away. You can do anything you want to that dude. He's not going anywhere. He's not. He's going to say, I'm sorry. When it's not his fault, when you've done it, he's going to say, I'm sorry, please. I don't want to fight anymore. What can I do to make this up to you? Like he's that guy. He's not retaliative. He's not petty. He wants to make sure that the relationship is sustained, and he will allow himself to be verbally and otherwise abused for that scenario and degraded. Number 9, this is another one. They might be amazing in business too. These guys are the guys who in high school, they were nobody. The alphas made fun of them, or the alphas led them. But now these guys might be the captains of industry. You think Mark Zuckerberg is an alpha? You think little Zuckerberg is an alpha? That's a beta male. That's a beta male billionaire. That's right. Doesn't he? Zuckerberg said he don't have 3 pair of shoes. He got the same. He wears the same T-shirt. He wears the same pair of jeans. He's very simple. He's no pizzazz, nothing. That's what he is. Mark Zuckerberg, prime example. Now, Elon Musk is an alpha. That's a whole different animal right there. Elon Musk is an alpha. Zuckerberg is a beta male. So you see 2 billionaires, but completely different scenario. Donald Trump is an alpha, right? But Bill Gates is a beta male. That's a beta male right there, right? And we see that relationship didn't work out either, too. So I don't know. Bill Gates might be an undercover alpha. I don't know. He might be a little undercover alpha. Who knows? But he don't look like one. Not to me, at least. The brother who bought the Clippers, who used to be his partner, he looks like an alpha, but not Gates. Not as much. And we know the Gates story is kind of weird. But number 10, and this is the greatest part and the last part of it after I get into what you're missing, what you're going to be missing. The greatest part of a beta male is that nobody's ever going to try to steal him away from you. Nobody's ever going to come and try to take. You're never going to have that conversation with your girlfriends and say, you know what? I think Big Willie's cheating on me. You're never going to have that conversation. That's never being your concern. You will be relationship secure. Jeff Bezos is definitely alpha. He's alpha. That's alpha. Dr. Dre, alpha. All these guys and their wives leave them and take half their money. They're alphas, right? The only one is Gates. Gates is a difference. I really believe he's a beta, to be honest with you. I don't know what that relationship was about, but I think Bates is the beta. He's the deviant in this conversation, because I really don't think he's alpha. But Bezos is definitely alpha. That's alpha. All right. So now this is the thing. After you figured out, ladies, that you know what, maybe Dell is right. Maybe I should be looking at guys who I can control, who I have the bully pulpit over, who I don't have to worry about. Maybe I have to take looks off the table, height off the table, weight off the table, physique off the table. There's some other things you might have to take off the table. All right. And I think I have 5 of them. Yep, I got 5 of them. I'm going to save number 5 to last. But number 1 that you got to take off the table is leadership. And this is the thing about an alpha type individual. And it's good and it's bad. It's good and it's bad. Justin Trudeau's a beta, 100%. Justin Trudeau's a beta. Yeah, Leslie and Lewis, who's running for the PC party, is more man than Justin Trudeau ever was. And Leslie is a good, strong woman, but she's an alpha woman. And she ain't you don't want to mess with her. She's alpha. That's an alpha female, right? Perfect example of an alpha female. But what are we talking about here? We're talking about leadership. And you're going to lose that. You're going to lose the visionary of the family, because the alpha is the visionary. The alpha is the guy, is the guy that sees where things are going, sees where life is taking his family. He has a vision for your life, ladies. The alpha is the person that when you step into his life, he looks at you and says, I see our future. I know what we're going to do. Trust me, I'll take you there. And I guarantee 9 times out of 10, by hook or by crook, you're going to show up in the alpha's future. You're going to show up in his vision, because he's a visionary. Now, when you show up there, you're going to be changed. He's going to be changed, and all life will be changed. You might decide to stay together. I remember there was a guy that I knew, looked like me, looked very similar to me. He met a young lady in church, and they met each other, and they were just normal people. And the vision in his mind, God wanted to do something with him. And he said to the young lady that he met, he says, God's going to do something with me, and God's going to do something with you too. And they did it. They accomplished it. They made it. The problem was, when they showed up in the future, they started not liking each other that much. And the story did not end well, right? You might know who that guy is. But so leadership means that he has the vision. You're going to show up in his future. You're going to show up in the place that he sees for you and for him. You're going to lose that with the beta male because he needs you to have vision. He's going to stay with his head to the ground doing what you met him doing. And he ain't going to change much, right? So you're going to miss some things. Number two, you're going to miss a sense of security. You're going to be secure about your relationship, as I said already, that he's not going anywhere. But he's not the guy that's going to wait. You're not going to sleep thinking if somebody breaks into this house, oh, I know he's got him. Alphas are extremely challenging. Oh, yes, they are. Oh, yes, they are. That's why I'm telling some of y'all, leave them alone. Leave them alone. Some of them don't want to date you anyway if you're the wrong kind. But if an alpha, if you're not ready for that challenge, leave them alone. Go stick with the beta. Sense of security, though, right? And a sense of security is like this. I remember, a beautiful home that I once owned, and somebody broke into the house. And I said to myself, I'm going to go and find myself a pit bull dog. So next time anybody breaks into this house, they going to be in trouble. And when I'm not here, they won't dare come in this house because I'm replacing my alpha with an alpha dog. And so you won't have that with a beta in your life. Every circumstance in life, he doesn't jump to the challenge of confrontation. That's not his style. That's not his thing. He's not that guy, right? He goes to the place of safety. He's trying to find a shelter. He's not trying to pick up an AK-47 and blast them all. That's not how he's built. He's not built for that. He's built to hide. He's not built to confront. And so you, as a woman who might be more alpha than him, you might not feel that guy's got your back. Because with some of these alpha women, they be like, I'm going to pop up in the mouth because I know if you do anything to me, I got the big fella. I got 6'7", 270 pounds, a man behind me. He ain't going to let me get slapped out. Even though we were mad yesterday, he ain't going to let me. He going to slap somebody like Will, baby. He ain't going to let. But you can't do that with the beta dude. He'll be like, babe, can we just leave? Can you just calm down? Can you calm down? Because that's a pretty big guy. I don't think I can take him. He's a different dude. So you might not have the liberty of the certain kind of confidence in the field that you would with the alpha, because the beta guy is not that guy. Okay. Number 3, spontaneity and fun. No, because you're the leader. Remember, the beta is a submissive. You are the suggester. You are the initiator, right? You are the person that's causing everything to flow, right? You're the life of the party. He's not, right? He's the staple guy. He's sitting back saying, I'll be right here, babe. When you come back, I'll be right here. And he will be right there. He ain't going. He's not leaving that chair. He's going to be right there the whole night. Okay. You're partying, dancing, having a great time. He's sitting there because he said, you need a designated driver because you drank a little bit too much tonight. So I'm going to be right here. Nope, I'm not having a drink. I want everything to be okay. So that when we decide to leave, we won't get pulled over. And if we do, I'll be sober. No. He's even kiltered. Okay. He's not turning nothing up. No. He's keeping it simple, plain, right? He ain't putting no gravy on the rice. He's simple. So you're not going to have that spontaneity. He's not going to come home and say, girl, I got tickets to Cabo. We're out of here. Don't even pack a bag. I'm gonna buy you clothes when we get there. We out of here. He's not that guy. He's got a plan. He's got everything planned out. You might have told him, babe, can you plan out our excursion? Sure, I can, sweetheart. I'll have everything planned out here in order. Here's your copy. Here's my copy. Now, he's different. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. So you're going to lose a little bit of spontaneity and fun unless you are the fun police, unless you're the individual who's going to just say, hey, turn it up, baby. It's time to, and you might have to set him up, dress him, put him together. You're going to do all those things that the alpha can do by himself. You're going to do those things for him. So the way that I said last night, as an alpha, I want to be mothered. I want that nurturing mothering. That's what I want. I don't need help in my fashion. I don't need help in my style. I don't need help in my vision, right? I can accept the help, but I don't need you to have vision for me, right? I don't need all of those things that make me the quarterback, that make me the MVP, that make me the guy that wants to take the last shot. I don't need all that. It's in me already. It's in us already. But the beta male doesn't have that. He doesn't have all that. So if you're looking for that type of dude, you're going to have to bring that to the table. When I lived in Montreal, I met a beta. The first date we went out, I was like, am I out here? I was like, I am out of here. He was boring. Yeah, he's going to be boring. So he's going to be a little boring, but he's safe, right? He wasn't looking at the waitress, right? He wasn't checking other women as you walk by. Other women weren't checking him, right? You weren't thinking to yourself, I hope I can keep this guy. Oh, this guy. This is a piece of man right here. You weren't worried when his phone was being texted. He took a look at his phone and see what's going on. You weren't like, who's texting him? You weren't worried about none of that because he was a beta male. You're like, okay, well, you want to do this next week? That's your life. Okay? That's your life with the beta male. Number 4, you said it already, challenge. The alpha's going to challenge you. He's going to push your thinking. He's going to push your worldview. He's going to push your opinions. He's going to take you to the gym. He's going to say, come on, 5 more. Come on, put on more weight. Come on, girl, you can do it. He's going to cause life to be lived on the edge. And sometimes you're going to have a wreck with the alpha. Absolutely. Sometimes you're going to have a wreck because he's living on the edge. He wants to live. He wants to push. The beta guy is not going to do that. He's not going to challenge life. He's not going to drive to the edge of life. That car is not going to go past 120 kilometers an hour. Even if he's taking you to the hospital, it's not going to go fast. He's not going to run through a red light. He's not that guy, right? The challenge aspect of life will not be there unless you put up the challenges, unless you create those types of scenarios. Let's go whitewater rafting. Oh, well, I don't swim that well, but you can go. You go by yourself. You go. My asthma, girl, I'm allergic to bee stings. I can't go out there in the bush because something might happen. But you go. In fact, you know what? Let me call Shirley, and you and Shirley get together. You guys go whitewater rafting because he's not that guy. He's not that guy. If he has an alpha friend, you're gonna beg the alpha friend, oh, please take my husband out. Like, take him out. Let him do something because he's gonna be right up under your behind for the rest of his doggone life because he believes that's his position. He's a good dog right there in Master's lap. He ain't going anywhere, right? He's handling it the way he's supposed to handle it by saying, baby, whatever you need, whatever you want, I'm here for. Right? You just let me know. Right? Come on. Am I lying? This is what it is for the divide of individuals who are in the manosphere and the beta men. And many of you ladies who prescribe to this mentality that you deserve things, that you want to live a certain type of lifestyle, that you want to do things and lead with them. Know who you're dealing with. There's man types. And this is the man type that you can prescribe yourself to. But many of you, if he comes up to you on the street, he will fail the eye test. And that's where you're missing it. You're losing it. I remember Toni Morrison wrote this book called, it actually wasn't Toni Morrison. It was Macmillan. And it was called Waiting to Exhale. Do you remember that book? Waiting to Exhale. And there was a portion in the book where she was describing what she didn't like in men. And she, all kinds of things. He's married, or this, he's a player, he's that, he's gay, he's this. And then she said, and short and fat. I was like, wait a minute now. What can a guy do about being short? What can he do about he can't do anything about being short. And guess what? There's a lot of alphas. Napoleon was a short alpha. But you're going to disqualify a guy because he's short? Some of you don't realize you're failing the test. You're failing the eye test. And a lot of these guys that are going to do the things that some of you women, modern women, need to close your eyes when you're picking men. I need to open your ears, because you want him to tell you something. You want him to present something to you, but it's not a visual thing. Most of it's not going to be visual. Most of it, like I said, leadership, there's 5 of them. I got one more and I'm done. Yep. Perfect timing. I'm done. Leadership, sense of security, you're going to lose those. Spontaneity and fun, you're going to lose those. Challenge, you're going to lose those. And the last thing that you're going to lose, yes, Alden, she was short on vision, Miss McMillan, telling a whole generation of women that if a guy is short, he's inadequate. Come on now. Come on now. Because you want to wear heels and still look up, because you want to have a dance partner? Come on now. A short man, what's the problem with a short man? I'm a giant, and I'm telling you, there's no problem with a short man. Some of the best brothers I know are diminutive. They're short, right? Alpha to the bone, though, right? But there's number 5. The number 5 thing that you're going to miss potentially, you're dating a beta. I'm tell you right now. Alexa, resume the music. I'm going to tell you right now. You're going to miss this disease. It's called blow your back out-itis. You're going to miss that one, baby. Woo! Blow your back out-itis. I don't know if you know what that disease is. You might not have dated an alpha. You might not have dated a true alpha, because when you get them betas, blow your back out-itis, it won't happen. This is Uncle Dell. Share this. Go on my YouTube. Please subscribe, okay? Share the video. If you want to talk online next time, let me know, DM me. But we're going out like this. Ladies, I'm telling you right now, maybe a beta is better for you, okay? Because, like I said, you aren't going to get no leadership because you have it all. Sense of security, you can fight for yourself. Spontaneity and fun, you're the life of the party. Challenge, come on, you can do all the challenges. But number 5, blow your back out-itis. He ain't got it in him. He ain't got it in him. Talk to you next time. This is Big Dell, Uncle Dell, and I will tell. This is the real Spiel. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Leslie Ann does have Jamaican blood.